Hello guys, my name is Lasha and today I will be teaching you a lesson about TOEIC exam, and it will be about the listening comprehension of TOEIC exam and the updates that have been done in TOEIC exam. Maybe you don't know what is the TOEIC exam is and who needs it. Let me explain a little bit about it. TOEIC exam is the test which tests your ability mostly in listening, reading, and grammar and vocabulary. This is one separate test. It is called TOEIC Reading and Listening Test, and also there is a separate test, TOEIC Writing and Speaking Test. This test is not for students who are trying to get into universities or who want to immigrate abroad. This test is mostly focused on business and work environment. So this test is good for students who want to start working in some of the companies. For example, as far as I know, in Turkey, Renault and Bosch might ask you to take this TOEIC exam. So if you are planning to start working in one of those companies, maybe it would be good for you to take this exam. And definitely they need this certificate before you start working there. Now, as I've said, there are two separate exams. Reading and listening is one exam, and writing and speaking is second exam. Mostly in Turkey, the companies ask reading and listening test. And let me talk to you about reading and listening test and give you a little bit frame about it. Reading and listening test, it is 2 hours test, 45 minutes you have got for listening and 75 minutes you have for reading test. There are totally 200 questions, 100 questions in listening part and 100 questions in reading part. As for the scoring, it is scored from 0 to 495 points in each section in reading and also in listening. So totally you can get maximum 990 points. As for the good score, probably you should be aiming somewhere from 650 to 700 points. This is the score that can be good for you. And now let's talk about today's exam. Today we will be focusing about the listening part of the TOEIC test. So, test format changed, I think, last year, and I want to tell you some of the differences because you might have taken some course about TOEIC exam before, or you might have some books which are old version. So let's discuss what's the difference between old version and the new version of the test. In both versions, old and new one, there are 4 parts in the listening. First part is about photographs, second part is about question response, third part is conversations, and the last part is short talks. In old test, the number of photographs were 10. Now in the new one, it has been changed and you will have only 6 photographs. Okay? As for the question response, section 2, I mean, in old one you had In old one, there were 25 as far as I remember. Sorry, 30 in old test, and as for the new test, it has been changed and you will have 25 question response type of questions. As for the conversations, in old part there were 30, but in new one it has been increased and you will have 39 questions like this. For the short talks, there used to be 30 questions and it has not changed. Still, there will be 30 questions. So the changes happened in first 3 parts. Timing is same. It used to be 45 minutes and still you got 45 minutes for the test. As for the types of the questions, things have changed a little bit in sections 2, 3, and 4. As for section 1, nothing has actually changed, and still it's same. The types of questions are same. And today, during the lesson, I will try to explain all sections to you, and I will also do some examples with you for each type of question, and I will always tell you what's the difference and how you need to update your knowledge and your skills in order to be able to pass the new test. So let's talk about part number 1. As I have mentioned, part number 1 is about photographs, and you will see a photo and you will be asked to answer some things about the photo. So while you see the photo, the listening file will say several sentences about it. The listening file will say actually 4 sentences, and you need to choose which sentence best describes the photo. So it is photo description. You will not be able to see the sentence, you will just listen to the sentence, and you will listen to the sentence only once. It will not be repeated, okay? And you should choose the best answer. Most of the students have some problems about understanding some of the things. Like I can say that TOEIC listening exam is quite easy, and usually students do not have problem understanding the conversations or short talks or etc. But they understand not 100%, maybe they understand 60% or 70% or maybe 80%, but not 100%. But if you learn the techniques and tactics of the exam, you will be able to answer most of the questions correctly by understanding 90% or 80% of the listening file. You don't need to understand 100%. What I mean is, if you don't understand some word in the listening file, it doesn't mean that you can't answer the questions correctly. Still, you are able and you will be able to answer the questions correctly. Okay? Now, when we are talking about photographs and the descriptions of photographs, as I have said, you will see the photo and you will hear 4 sentences about this photo, and you should choose which sentence best describes the photo. Now, let's talk about this part, and let me write what kind of things you need to know and what you need to expect in this section, okay? So, part 1. In part 1, in the photograph section, there will be questions about the photos, but my advice to you is, before you listen to the file, first, please make some assumptions about the photo. Do you understand what the assumption is, guys? Like when you see the photo, in your mind, try to describe this photo. What this photo shows. What is shown in the photo, okay? So first thing that you need to do and you need to practice is making some assumptions. When you make assumptions, then you probably know what kind of answers there will be in the listening file, and it will be easier for you to match your description in the mind and the possible answers in the listening file. Hello, Burak and Engin. For example, let me show you one photo. Here we go. We have got a photo like this. When you look at photo number 1, what can you say, guys? Hello, Gokman. Look at this photo, and what can you say about this photo? What assumption can you make? What do you see in the photo? Please try to write your comments on our YouTube or Facebook channel. You can use as simple sentences as possible, it doesn't matter, just to understand what is shown in the photo. Like when we see this photo, what do you see in this photo? Probably one of the first things that comes to your mind when you see this photo is that people are working. Okay, this can be your first assumption about the photo. Or maybe you can say that people are working at the laboratory, maybe, or scientists are working. Maybe you can say this one as well. What else can we say? Maybe we can say that there are 4 people working. You might say this as well. So these kind of things. This is what I mean about the assumption. Okay. Hello, Gamze as well. And if we go to second photo, you see something like this. What about this photo? When you look at this photo, what can you say? Burak says, I see experiment being done. Very good. This can be also a possible answer. If you look at this photo, photo number 2, what assumption can you make? Hi, Miss Fatma. Probably you need to focus about people. You see people in the photo and you see a laptop and you see a bottle, some papers, and you need to pay attention to the people, what they are wearing, maybe like they are wearing something official, like I am today. So probably they are working. I see comment from Kadir on Facebook. As you see in the photo, there are 4 scientists or chemists who are conducting a test. Yeah, very good for photo number 1. And for photo number 2, maybe we can say the same thing. They are meeting, Burak says. Yes, they are having a meeting. Yeah, we can say this. They are discussing something. We can say this one as well. Or they are working, maybe we can say. We can also say maybe that 2 women and 3 men are discussing something. So things like this. Now let's listen to a file and decide which one should be correct answer.
Harici cihaz modu.
Let me connect the speaker to the computer.
Listening comprehension exercises. Part 1. Photographs. Skill 1. Assumptions. Photo 1. A.
The pharmacist serves his customers.
B.
The technicians are conducting experiments.
C.
The laboratory animals are in a cage.
D.
The shelves are empty.
Guys, could you hear the possible answers A, B, C, and D for the first photo? And if you had heard, Which one do you think is correct? A, B, C, or D? Which one do you think is correct for photo number 1? I will help you and tell you that A is not correct because we don't see any customers in this photo. So answer can be B, C, or D. Um, D is incorrect because the shelves contain bottles, jars, and supplies. C is also incorrect because there are no laboratory animals in the picture. Therefore, correct answer for photo number 1 is B. And it said that some scientists are working on the experiment. And we already had this assumption. So we already knew in our mind that these people are scientists and they are working on some kind of experiment. So when we hear this answer, directly we understand that this is correct answer. Let's listen to possible answers for photo number 2 as well.
Photo 2. A.
They're washing the bottle.
B.
Guys, do you think A is correct? They are washing a bottle. Do you think A, they are washing a bottle is correct? Kadir says no. Yes, of course it's not correct.
They're buying a computer.
Did you understand B? They are buying a computer. Is this correct? They are buying a computer. Do you see any process of buying or purchasing something? Miss Fatma and Kadir say no, and you are correct. Of course, they are not buying anything.
C.
They're having a business meeting.
What do you think about C? Could you understand C and can it be possible answer? Kadir says yes, you are absolutely correct. They are having a business meeting. C is correct. Let's listen to D anyways.
D.
They're eating dinner.
They are eating dinner. Of course, they are not eating dinner and it is not correct.
Skill 2. People.
It is not correct. Now let's move to another thing. So first thing you need to do is to make assumptions about it. Now what is usually shown in the pictures? First thing that you need to focus on is people. Like how many people are in the photo. Sometimes maybe you see 3 people, but in the listening they say 4 people are blah blah blah. So you need to pay attention to people. How many people there are in the photos. Also, there can be question about things. So look at the photo and understand what things there are in the photo. For example, remember there was a bottle, okay, like this, bottle, computer, and things like that. Now let's try to practice these two things. I will show you some photos about people and things, and at the same time we'll play the file. As an example, let's do photo number 3.
Photo 3. 4 people are looking at a map.
Guys, do you think A is correct? Kadir says yes. Let's wait for another Kadir on Facebook because stream is coming a little bit late on Facebook. Good. So yes, of course, A is correct. But anyways, let's listen to other ones.
B. The men are wearing suits. C. Both women are taller than the men. D. The man with glasses is pointing to a chart.
Of course, B, C, and D, all of them were incorrect because the women are not taller than men, they are not wearing suits, and the man with the glasses is not pointing to something. Okay, now let's look at photo number 5, which is about things.
Skill 3, Things. Photo 5.
A.
The candles are on the mantle.
B.
Did you understand A, guys? Did you understand A? Miss Fatma and Shahin understood that candles are on the candles are on the mantle, and this is correct answer. Actually, maybe you don't know the word mantle, so this is what I'm was talking about 10 minutes ago. Like, you don't understand one word, but you understand that candles are somewhere. So it kind of sounds okay because you see candles somewhere. And when you listen to other possible answers, you can eliminate incorrect ones and decide if A is correct or no. Let's listen to B, C, and D.
A man is playing the piano.
Man is playing the piano, but there is no man. So, of course, B is incorrect.
C.
They are sitting on the chairs.
They are sitting. Do you see anyone sitting? Do you see anyone sitting in the photo? I don't see anyone in this photo, and I don't see anyone sitting in this photo. So definitely C is incorrect for this one.
D.
The cushions are on the floor.
The cushions are on the floor, but if you look, they are not on the floor. They are on chairs. So D is also incorrect. Therefore, our correct answer for this photo is A. Okay, so pay attention to people and pay attention to things. Also, you got to pay attention at actions. What people are doing, okay, in the photo. For example, I can show you photo number 7. We have got something like this. Maybe you don't understand exactly what this thing is and you don't know name of this, but when you hear, I'm sure you will be able to find correct answer for this one as well.
Skill 4, Actions, Photo 7.
A. The men are smoking pipes. B.
The men are smoking pipes. Is it correct? Do you see any men smoking pipes? Pipe maybe you don't know, but it is something like cigarette. But do you know Stalin, who used to be the Soviet Union's leader, he always smoked pipe like this. I don't see anyone smoking like Stalin in this photo, so A is incorrect. Kadir and Fatma Nur say also the correct answer.
The earth is planted with crops.
Earth is planted. Do you see any plants in this photo? Do you see anything like flowers or trees in the earth? Shahin says people are putting pipes in the ground. This is a very good assumption and this will probably be very close to the answer. So we don't see any plants. Fatma Nur is correct.
C. The trench is being dug. D.
C says the trench is being dug. What do you think about this? Are they digging something now? No. It has already been dug because already we see that there is a hole over there. Therefore, our answer will be D. Let's see.
The workers are laying pipeline.
The workers are laying pipeline. It is correct. We see pipeline and we see workers. So most probably it is the best answer for this photo. Good. D is our correct answer for this one. In addition to people, things, and actions, you should pay attention to locations. You need to pay attention to the location, and in location I mean two different things: general location and specific location. General location, like where people are. Are they in supermarket, for example, or are they on the street, on the road, etc. And specific location, like about the objects. Remember, there was one question: the cushions are on the floor, like in the photo where the things are. So we need to pay attention to general and specific locations. Let's do one photo for this exercise as well. Maybe we can do photo number 12 for this.
Skill 6, Specific Locations, Photo 11.
N.
No, we need 12.
Photo 12.
A.
The plant is on the desk.
B.
The pen is in the cup.
C.
There is a small clock on the shelf.
D.
There are two speakers behind the computer.
Guys, which one do you think is correct answer for photo number 12? A, B, C, or D? A is incorrect because it said the plant is on the desk, but no, it is on top of the shelf, not the desk. Kadir says C is correct for picture 12. Shahin wants to listen again. Usually we can't listen again during the TOEIC exam, but okay, we can try because this is just a practice exercise. Why not? Let's listen again.
Photo 12.
A,
The plant is on the desk.
B,
The pen is in the cup.
C,
There is a small clock on the shelf.
D,
There are 2 speakers behind the computer.
Okay. Shahin, do you agree with Kadir? Do you think C is correct answer for this? Definitely correct answer for this question is C, guys, because C said there is a small clock on the shelf, and you see here there really is small clock and this is shelf. So for this question, correct answer will be C. B and D are incorrect because B said there is a pen. Okay, we see a pen, but it said there is a pen in something, but it is not in something, it is on the table. And answer D said there are 2 speakers behind the computer. They are not behind the computer or behind the laptop. Okay, so correct answer is C. Kadir, you are totally correct. Thank you. So in part number 1, you will have 6 photos and you will need to describe 6 photos. Let's go over again. You need to pay attention to people, how many people there are, what they are wearing, things on the photo, actions, what people are doing, and the location of objects or location of the things in the photo. But before you do all these things, first look at the photo and describe it in your mind. Aha, in this photo I see 4 people. They are wearing this, they are doing that, blah, blah, blah. So you already know almost correct answer. Believe me, whatever comes to your mind, it will be also in the listening. I'm pretty sure about it. Part 1 is very easy, I think, and people usually do not have problems with this section. Now, as for section number 2 or part number 2, I said that it is question response. Here you don't see anything. You just hear one question and then you hear 3 possible answers. You need to choose which answer is best one for the question. Hello, Bahar. So in part 2, you will hear a question and there will be 3 answers to this question. What do you need to pay attention to here? Here you've got to pay attention to first and most important thing, the first word in the question. For example, the question starts with when. So answer is definitely time or day or date. If the question starts with why, answer should be because or the reason or due to, owing to. Do you understand the connection? If the question starts with who, answer should start with subject, and it should be person. He, she, John, or something, but not it, not animal, for example, okay? So this is one thing that you need to pay attention when you are doing part number 2. Now, what kind of questions they usually have in part 2 and what they are trying to play with? First thing is they always try to use some similar sounds in the question or in answer. In similar sounds, what I mean is, let me write it here. So first thing that you've got to pay attention to is the beginning of the question, the first word. Also, pay attention to similar sounds. For example, think and thing. They have very similar sound, and when people speak, sometimes it can be hard to understand. The person said think or the person said thing, okay? Especially if it is spoken very, very fast, it can be kind of difficult to understand which one the person is talking about. Another one that we can focus on maybe is letter and later. Letter, later. In spoken English, it can be kind of difficult to pay attention to. So this is another thing that you need to understand. Based on the context, based on the situation, you will understand the person says think or thing. Okay? The person says letter or later. Also, you've got to pay attention to related words. In related words, I mean that you should know some of the words that can be used in this situation. Like if they are talking, if the question is about maybe a restaurant, probably in the answer can be waiter, waitress, serve. If the question is about hotel, the answer can include word like lobby or housekeeping or things like that. So some topic vocabulary, let's say like this, like when you if you hear question like this, why does the man visit hotel? Maybe, and the answer is because he wants to speak to housekeeper or because he has a meeting at the lobby. Okay, so when you hear hotel, directly you should think about some of the words related to hotel. So if you hear hotel, for example, you should directly think about lobby or maybe housekeeping or maybe bellboy, pool maybe, or bed. Now remember we said something about similar sounds. Also in English we have got homonyms. Do you know the meaning of homonyms, guys? I think I have explained it in one of the lessons. I don't remember for which level actually. Homonyms. It is spelled like this, homonyms. It's not synonyms, okay? It's not antonyms, but homonyms. Shahin says towels, definitely. For hotel, maybe we should add towels. If you don't know the meaning of homonyms, homonyms are the words which have same pronunciation but different spelling and different meaning. For example, tail. tail and tail. They have absolutely same pronunciation, but spelling is different and the meaning is also different. Maybe also we can think about weight and weight. Maybe the question is how much weight did you gain? And the answer A says in 20 minutes, for 20 minutes, and 5 kilos. Of course, you understand how much weight did you gain. When we are using in this context, it will be this one, not this. Therefore, answer will be kilograms or pounds. No, no. Yep, Shaheen is correct. No and no. It has very similar thing. Also, we have same sound, same spelling, but different words. Same sound, same spelling, but different meaning words. So, pronunciation is same, spelling is same, meaning is different. For this one, what can we say? What can we say? Left. It means leave, verb 2 and verb 3. Or it can be right, left. Yep. Or maybe we can use another word like this. Fair. It's not fair. We can understand this, that hair color is not fair, which means like blonde. Or we can understand that this is not correct or it is not right. Okay? Same pronunciation, same spelling, but different meanings. Miss Fatma says blue, blue. We can use it here. Blue, blue. Now let's do one exercise for these kind of questions. Let me start the file.
Skill 2, related words. 1,
How long have you been married?
A. Almost 10 years. B. About 5 feet. C. The bride is my cousin.
Guys, did you understand the question? And if you understand the question, what is the meaning, what is the answer to this question? And here also we can use rest. Also we can say right. Shaheen says answer is A, and Shaheen, I think you are correct, because how long have you been married? Almost blah 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 was answer. Firuza also says A. You are correct, guys. How long have you been married? And answer will be for blah 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 years. Good. So these kind of things, similar sound or homonyms, same sound and same spelling, different meanings, you will need to pay attention to these things. Also, usually there will be questions here dealing with requests and suggestions or offers. Offers, requests, and suggestions. So somebody might be offering something and there will be answer, or somebody is suggesting something and there will be answer. Let's look at one question like this one. Track 14.
Skill 6. Offers. 1.
We're going out for coffee if you want to join us.
A. I'll have a tea with milk and sugar. B. The cafe around the corner. C. Thanks, but I'm too busy right now.
Guys, what do you think for this one? Did you understand the question and possible answers? This was some kind of offer. And when someone is offering something, how can we answer it? A, B, or C? Which one was correct answer? What do you think, guys? Think. Firuza says A and Shahin says C. Correct answer for this one is C, because the offer was, I'm going out to a cafe, would you like to come? A says, I want coffee with milk and sugar. When somebody is asking you, let's go to cafe, you don't say, I want coffee with milk and sugar. First you say, yes, I want to go with you, or no, I can't go with you. B answer said cafe, not coffee, and therefore C is correct because the person said, I'm too busy right now, blah, blah, blah. So C was definitely correct answer for this one. I guess we can try one more.
Two. Shall I let you know when the visitors arrive?
A.
Yes, I'd appreciate that.
B.
No, I don't like the way he drives.
C.
Yes, they visited her last week.
What do you think about this one, guys? Question started with shall I. Shall I is definitely offer. So A, B, or C? Shall I let you know when the visitors arrive? Was that question. And answer A said, yes, I would appreciate it. And A is correct answer for this one. Because it started, yes, I will appreciate it. B is incorrect because it said something about driving. He's a good driver or something like that. And answer C says they visited it blah, blah, blah years ago. But question is, shall I let you know? So it is about future. Answer C was about past. They visited. Okay, therefore it is incorrect answer. Correct answer for this question is A. Okay, maybe one more and then we can have break, guys.
Three.
Do you want me to help you get ready for tomorrow's meeting?
So question started with, do you want me to help you?
A.
I haven't read that one yet.
A, I have not read. Can it be possible answer? Do you want me to help? A, I have not read. There is absolutely no connection.
B.
Thank you. You could copy these agendas for me.
B, thank you. Can I help you with this? Answer, thank you. You can copy this for me. Sounds okay, I guess.
C.
Yes, I look forward to meeting them.
C says, yes, I look forward to meet with him. Absolutely not correct, because can I help you with this? Yes, I'm looking forward to meet with him. Who is him? No idea. Therefore, answer is B. Can I help you with this? Oh, thank you. You can copy this for me. Okay, guys. So, in part number 2 of the listening exam of TOEIC, you need to pay attention to the first word of the question. Then you got to pay attention to homonyms, similar sounds, and related words, and the situations are usually some kind of offers, requests, or suggestions. Okay? I guess we can have break for 15 minutes, and 15 minutes later I will be with you. Please stay with us, and meanwhile you can like our videos and comment on our pages on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you are interested to see the program of the week, the schedules of the week, you can check it on our Instagram page.
Olduğun yerden hemen kalkman gerek. Adım at ki gerçekleşsin her dilek. Bekliyor seni parlak bir gelecek. Sen ona gittikçe o sana gelecek. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
A world with a joy and smile, a world where everyone will live by satisfaction and learn to survive in the outside world, Justenglish style. Learn, play, sing and dance, do what you don't see anywhere else. Learn, play, sing and dance, do what do, Justenglish style.
Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, macerayla tanış. Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, bu dünyaya karış. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
Knife.
Knife. Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Pronunciation.
Enthusiastic.
And enthusiasm. Enthusiastic.
Reci bilmiyorum.
Recipe.
Recipe. Recipe.
Bir daha.
Recipe.
Clark.
Clark.
Pronunciation.
Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Olduğun yerden hemen kalkman gerek. Adım at ki gerçekleşsin her dilek. Bekliyor seni parlak bir gelecek. Sen ona gittikçe o sana gelecek. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel.
A world with a joy and smile, a world where everyone only by satisfaction and learn to survive in the outside world. Justinglish style. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do what you don't see anywhere else. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do but do Justinglish style.
Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, macerayla tanış. Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, bu dünyaya karış.
Hey guys, I'm back with you, and during the first lesson today we've covered first two parts of the TOEIC listening exam, and this lesson we will cover part 3 and part 4. Part 3 is about short conversations. There will be two people and very rarely three people speaking, and at the same time you will be able to see the questions with possible answers. So it's very good. It is while listening, so you will be seeing the question and listening at the same time. So it is good for you and easy to do. Again, the listening files will be played once only. There will be totally 39 questions like this. Each conversation has 3 questions, so there will be 13 conversations. Okay, there will be 13 conversations. Each one has 3 questions. Maybe we can write like this: 13 multiplied into 3, so totally 39 questions. Here, 2 or sometimes 3 people will be speaking. One of the biggest things that TOEIC has changed in the new test system is multiple accents. So there will be recordings with British, American, New Zealand, Australian accents. So you need to pay attention to these things as well. In the past, there used to be neutral, accent-free conversations and short talks. Now there can be different accents. Okay, so it might be a little bit difficult to answer the questions. How can you practice your accents? You might ask me. Guys, we have so many teachers from so many different countries at our school. And nowadays, during this pandemic period, you see that we have the live lessons and try to watch as many different teachers as possible because everyone has different accent. So this is one of the best opportunity for you to practice these multiple accents. Okay, so in this part, we need to write that each conversation has 3 questions. There will be 2 or very rarely 3 people speaking. The speakers will have different accents. These also we need to pay attention to. And what else? What else should we focus on? We should also know that you will be able to see the questions while listening. This is a very good thing. Like mostly I teach TOEFL lessons, and in TOEFL you can't see the questions. First you listen to file and then you see the questions, and it's difficult. But here it's not like that. Now, as for the questions, what the questions usually ask. Questions can be about people. Who are the people speaking? So question can be about people. Maybe what's their relationship? There are 2 people speaking, and you should understand that one of them is supervisor and another one is subordinate. Or maybe sometimes there can be situation when family members speak. Also, you should be able to understand this. Also, you need to pay attention to the occupation. Do you know what the occupation means, guys? Occupation. Occupation means job, the work. There is difference between occupation and profession. Profession is something that you get from the university, like which department you finish. This is your profession. But occupation is what you really do in life. For example, if you finished, let's say, business administration department. So your profession is business administration or business administrator, but you work in a bank as a sales officer. Your occupation is sales officer. Okay, you finished business administration, but you work in different field. Profession is different, occupation is different for some people. For some people it is same. So pay attention to occupations, what people do, what is the job of the people in the listening. Also, you've got to pay attention about the place where the conversation is happening. Are they in supermarket? Are they in insurance agency? Are they at travel agency? Maybe. And also pay attention to the things, again, specific location. Maybe they are talking about copier machine, and they mentioned during the listening that copier machine is nearby the window. So this is specific location, and there can be question about this as well. So where the conversation is happening and where the things are. Okay? Place. Also, you've got to pay attention to time. There can be something about time, like, for example, when the person will leave, what time the meeting will start, these kind of things. Activities you should be focusing on also, what the people are doing. Maybe you hear some music sound and it's very loud. Okay, this is hint that they are maybe dancing or they are maybe drinking. These kind of things you need to pay attention to. Usually there will not be conversation about nightclub or bar for TOEIC exam, but like, for example, if you hear airport sound, maybe these can help you understand that people are at the airport. Yeah. And last one that you have to pay attention is opinion. Sometimes they might ask you the opinion of the person. Okay. Now I think we can do one of the listening files, but first let me open questions for you. Maybe we can do, let's open this. And let me play the file at the same time for you.
Skill 3, questions about place.
I left the letter on top of that big stack of books.
Do you mean those books on the shelf by the door?
No, that big stack that's on your desk next to the printer. I was sure you'd see it there.
Well, I didn't. Next time, just put it on top of my computer. That's the only way I'll see it. Things get lost on my desk with all those folders and boxes and books I have piled up.
1. Where did he put the letter?
A, on the shelf. B, under the books. C, on top of the books on the desk. D, in the drawer. Do you remember, guys, where he put the letter? There was a question and the woman asked, did you put it there? The man said, no, not there, blah, 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 but there. So where did he put the letter? The correct answer for this question is C. On top of the books on the desk. Question number 2 asks, where is the shelf? By the door, by the computer, by the desk, or by the letterbox? Which one do you think is correct answer for number 2? Let's think for 10 seconds. By the door, by the computer, by the desk, or by the letterbox? Answer is the shelf by the door. So A. Okay. And for question number 3, Where does the woman want the man to put the letters next time? Like, remember, the woman said next time you should put blah, blah, blah. So where? Next to the printer, in a box, in a folder, or on top of her computer? I think this one was quite easy and everyone will be able to answer this question correctly. The woman said that next time men should put the letters. Next time the man should put the letters on top of her computer. Okay, so correct answer for this one is D. Let's do one more. Maybe we can do one about opinions. It's quite interesting. Hello, Ramazan. Am I correct? Your name is Ramazan? Yeah, good. I'm good. Okay. Let's do this one about opinions. Let's listen to file.
Skill 6. Questions about opinions.
That speaker was really funny. I've never laughed so hard.
I know. Where did he get those jokes?
And this hotel is such a great place.
Okay, guys, question number 1. What did they like about the speaker? A, his short presentation, B, his humor, C, his clothes, or D, his folks? Do you remember the meaning of folks is like people or friends or fellows? What did they say? The speaker was very ha 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 ha. Fatma Noor says humor. Yes. Answer is, of course, B.
For a banquet. The food they gave us to eat was fantastic, and I couldn't believe how big the portions were.
You're right about the food, and the decor is so lovely.
And what is the man's opinion of the hotel? A, the decor is nice. B, the food is great. C, the seats are too hard. Or D, the room is too big. What did the man say about hotel? What is his opinion of the hotel? A, B, C, or D? Fatma Noor says B. Ümit also say B. Of course, guys, you are correct. The men loved the food because the portions were big and food was delicious.
Oh, lovely. But, you know, it's a bit on the expensive side. I'd expected it to be cheaper. I was uncomfortable when I found out the price.
What does the woman think of the hotel? It's very expensive. It's cheaper than she expected. The tables are nice, or it's uncomfortable. A, B, C, or D? We are talking about women, guys. I can help you with something, it is A or B, not the other one, because she said something about expensive. So A or B. Which one do you think? Already Fatma Nur provided answer A, and yes, it is correct, because the woman said it's a quite bit expensive, and also she said, I was very surprised when I found out. So she was surprised when she found out that the hotel was expensive. So it is more than she expected, not cheaper than she expected, okay? So let me repeat the answers. Question number 1, answer is B. For question number 2, answer is B. And question number 3, answer is A. B, B, A. Okay, good. Now let's talk about new TOEIC exam, and there were some changes about this section in the new format and new style of the exam. In the new TOEIC exam, they have included graphics. There will be some graphics, and you should be able to relate the listening with the graphics. Like, for example, you will see something in the graphic, and you have some information. It can be table, or it can be bar chart, or maybe it can be line graph, different kinds of graphics. The people will be speaking, and you need to at the same time understand what they are saying and check this information in the graphic. So it is a little bit more difficult than other types of questions here, but don't worry, we will also practice this, and we will try to understand what you've got to focus on for these kind of questions. Let me open the file for you. It should be this one, I think. Yes. Okay, so you see that there is a table here. And the question says, look at the graphic. When will Sue work at the reception desk? And you have days. Here you have a reception desk schedule. So they will be talking about something, and they will not say exactly when Sue will work. Maybe they will say Sue will change place with Jim. So you need to check Sue changing place with Jim. So it means Thursday. Okay, so you need to connect the information of what you hear and what you see in the graphic. Okay, maybe we can listen and we can try to solve the questions about these.
Part 3, Conversations. Skill 1, Graphic. Number 1.
Today's Monday, isn't it?
Yes, why?
Because Jim's at the reception desk. I'm looking at the schedule, and it says that Sue should be covering reception today.
Right, but she was needed to help out with setting up for this afternoon's meeting, so she asked Jim to cover the desk for her.
Oh, so then Sue will work the reception desk on Jim's scheduled day?
Right.
Look at the graphic. When will Sue work at the reception desk?
Guys, do you have any idea when will Sue work at the reception desk? When will Sue work at the reception desk? I see that we already have possible answer, and Ms. Fatma says thirsty. Yes, she will work on thirsty, so we need to choose answer D for this thing. Correct answer will be D. And we have got some more files over here and some more graphics with different conversations. Let's continue.
Number 2.
We need a new printer. The one we have is completely stopped working.
I'm sorry, but we're already over budget for office supplies.
I know, but we can't do anything without a printer. We have to have one that works.
Of course, you're right. I guess we could come up with a little money. So, okay, get the new printer, but I can only authorize $150. Don't spend any more than that.
Look at the graphic. Which printer will the woman buy?
Guys, remember the man said that they are tight on the budget and he can authorize maximum $150. So 150, 150. And you see this one is more than 150, this one is more than 150, this one is also more than 150. Therefore, they can only buy model XX. Answer will be A for this one. Do you agree with me, guys? Do you think A is correct for this question? Yep, I think A should be correct, and A is definitely correct for this one. Next one, let's have a look.
Number 3.
We really made the right decision when we hired Mr. Kim to be the new marketing manager.
Oh yes, he's really turned things around.
And so fast. The month after we hired him, sales were up for the first time all year.
I know. It's truly amazing. And the new advertising campaign he plans to launch next month should be very effective too.
Look at the graphic. When was Mr. Kim hired?
This one is a little bit difficult, I think, compared to the previous questions. You needed to catch something. The speaker said Kim has turned the company into a good way, and you see that until March the sales were going down, and from March they started increasing. And the person also said that Kim did everything very fast. The next month after we have hired him, sales started going up. Sales started going up in April, and next month after we had hired him. So in April it started increasing. So Kim was hired in March. Correct answer for this one will be B, because next month after hiring is April, so month of hiring is March. Answer is therefore B for this question. I think it's enough for the graphics, and you understand what kind of questions there might be about the graphics. And let's move to another thing that you need to pay attention to in new TOEIC exam. It's about implied meaning. Implied meaning is something that is not directly given in the conversation, but you should be able to understand this with your analytical skills. For example, if the person says, I'm taking an umbrella, implied meaning is that it is raining outside. Okay? I have some questions ready for you for this kind of exercise. Let me open it for you. And if there was a conversation like this, man says, have you looked at the sales report yet? Woman, yes, finally things are starting to turn around. Sorry about my woman voice, I can't really do it well. Guys, you need to understand which one is correct based on this conversation. A, sales are improving, or B, sales are declining. Things are starting to turn around. So this one means sales are improving or declining. Also, your keyword is finally here. So what are you waiting? Are you waiting for sales to improve or sales to decline? Finally, things are starting to turn around, definitely. A, sales are improving. This is implied meaning for it. Number 2, how's your job hunt going? I heard it was quite slow for a while. And the man says, yes, but now things are starting to pick up. I have an interview tomorrow. I think this one was more successful with the voicing. A, the man got a promotion. B, the man is feeling optimistic. Which one can we imply, guys, based on this short conversation? A or B? Things are starting to pick up. Is it promotion or is it feeling optimistic? This part is definitely more difficult than other questions because, first of all, you don't have directly the answer in the listening file. You need to understand the information, analyze it, realize all the information, and after you analyze, you need to make some decisions based on the conversation. And because the person, woman, asks about job hunting. Job hunting is looking for job. So if the man got a promotion, the person should not be going looking for job. Therefore, definitely, it's not A and it is B because the man is looking for job. Then we have that he has interview tomorrow, and also things are finally starting to pick up. Pick up means to improve something. So the man is feeling optimistic. Maybe we can do one more and then we move to section number 4 because we have limited time. I wonder who chose the new carpet in the front office. I mean that color. Ugh. I know. It's certainly not the one that would be at the top of my list. A, they like carpet. B, they don't like carpet. I think this one is a bit easier and you can understand the correct answer for these. A or B? Which meaning can we imply based on this conversation? For this one, of course, answer will be B. They don't like because the person says it would not be at the top of my list. So if I make list of what I like, it is not on the top. So it means don't like. And before we move to section 4, guys, I forgot one more thing that we need to focus in new format of the TOEIC exam. It's incomplete sentences. Sometimes there is not full answer in the listening file, and you see just short answers. And with the short answer, you need to guess what actually they mean. Let's have a look. over here. Incomplete sentences. Woman says, so the meeting day has been changed to Friday. Man, right. So here, with the right, you should understand its meaning is opposite of left or yes, you are correct. And I think you can definitely understand that here, underlined fragment, so underlined word right, it means you are correct. Okay? So you don't see exactly the answer in the conversation, but you need to understand it from these words. One more thing like this. Let's take a break now and finish this later. Fine with me. So, fine with me, what does it mean? I agree with your plan or that's a bad idea. If something is fine with me, it means I agree or it's a bad idea. Of course, answer here will be A, I agree with your plan. There might be incomplete sentences in this part. Now I guess we can move to section 4, and section 4 is about talks. One person will be speaking. And there will be 3 or sometimes maybe 4 questions for each conversation. Totally, there are 30 questions for this section in TOEIC new format listening exam. Okay, short talks. Again, you will be able to see the questions with possible answers while you are listening. So it is while listening and good. Just let me change here conversation. It will not be conversation, but each talk has 3 questions. Very rarely 4. The speakers will have different accents. This is also true about it. Absolutely same thing. And you will be able to see the questions and possible answers while you are listening. Good. Now, what do they ask usually in section 4? In section 4, there may be questions about events and facts. So first thing that we need to focus is events and facts. For example, something like this, the person is giving speech and the question might be what occasion it is. Maybe it is a presentation somewhere, so this is event. Or maybe this is speech at the job fair. So these kind of events. Also, you need to pay attention to reasons. Reasons, it means why. Why something happened. I think it's very easy to understand. Pay very close attention to numbers, guys, because there will be questions about numbers. And when we are talking about numbers, also please remember one thing, that there will not be only European system. There might be American system. And for example, in American system, people don't say kilogram, but they say pound. And you should know these words, that pound we use when we are talking about weight. For example, I'm 80 kilos, but if the American person says this, the person will say, I'm 200 blah 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 pounds. Okay? The person will not say I'm 80 kilos in America. So, my advice to you, please look at the measurement systems. I'm not telling you that you need to learn how many pound is 1 kilo or things like that. No, just learn the words, because when you hear pound, maybe you don't know it, so you will be shocked, or maybe you don't know ounce. Ounce is used in United States when we are talking about quantity of something. So these kind of things you have got to pay attention to. What else have we got? We have got questions about the main topics. Main topics of the speech. This is, I think, very easy, and you will not have problem understanding the main topic of the speech. But for the main topic, you need usually to pay attention to two things. First sentence, the beginning, of the speech, and how long the person talks about it. Now in TOEIC exam, second way might not help you a lot because they don't talk long about each things, but in other listening exams, when the question is about main topics, usually people need to focus about the duration. For TOEIC, just this one, you will be able to understand answer with focusing on this, the beginning of the speech. One more thing that you need to be careful with is paraphrases. Paraphrases is when you say the same thing with different words, okay? So there may be some paraphrases, like in the listening there can be different thing, but in the answer you don't have exactly same words, you have the synonyms of it. It can be the synonym of the word, or there can be maybe change in the structure of the sentence. Okay, so both of the things are possible. Let's try to do some exercises on this thing. Maybe we can choose from here the reasons section. Let me check which number we need for it. 27. Here.
Skill 2. Questions about reasons.
Because of a work slowdown, all flights will be delayed. We apologise to our passengers for the inconvenience and hope to have them on their way as soon as possible. In the meantime, there are several restaurants in the airport if you would like some refreshments while waiting for your flight. We suggest that you take advantage of them now, as all airport restaurants will close at midnight and won't reopen until tomorrow morning at 6. At this time, we are unable to say when each flight will leave. If you leave the gate area, please pay careful attention to the announcement so that you can hear when your flight is ready for boarding.
1. Why is there a delay?
Guys, what do you think? A. Workers are staging a work action. B. The weather is bad. C. There are flight control problems. Or D. Passengers are boarding slowly. I will help you, and D is not correct answer. They said something about slowing. Jem says, see, there are flight control problems. They talked about problems, but they did not say there is a problem about controlling the flight, okay? There are flight problems, but not flight control problems. So C is also incorrect. But the woman said that there is a slowdown. Slowdown is there is a problem about workers. They are having some kind of work action. Therefore, correct answer here will be A, guys.
2. Why should passengers get something to eat now?
Nejat gave correct answer. What about number 2? A, the restaurants will close at midnight. B, the restaurants won't be open tomorrow. C, there will be no food served on the flight. Or D, there are some restaurants close to the gate. Jem, I agree with you. First question for this particular listening is a little bit difficult because of work slowdown. Maybe you could not understand that word. But question number 2 is easy, I think. Nejat says A. Do you agree, guys, with Nejat? I agree with Nejat. A is correct. The restaurants will close at midnight. That's why people need to eat now. And last question for this one, we have got, why should passengers pay attention to the announcements? A, to find out which gate their flight will leave from. B, to hear which restaurants are open. C, to keep from getting bored. D, to know when it is time to board on the flight. A, B, C, or D, guys, for question number 3. Hi, Nejat. You joined late today. So, for question number 3, A, B, C, or D? Yeah, Nejat, you are correct. D is correct answer for this. Good, so you understand, guys, what there will be in these kind of questions. Jem also says D, and you are correct, guys. Now, let's focus on the new things about the TOEIC exam. The new thing, again, here is same. There, as part 3, there will be graphics incorporated. In the new format of the exam, there will be graphics incorporated in this section. And I can show you one example about the graphics. Okay, so we have timetable, train numbers, LV Ardale, maybe it's the name of something, and R Springfield, also name, and we have times.
Part 4, Talks. Skill 1, Graphic. Number 1.
Hi, this is Pamela Chang calling to let you know I've finalized the details of my trip. I'll be arriving tomorrow morning by train, and if I could get a ride from the station, that'd be great. My train gets into Springfield Station at just after 11 o'clock. Let me know if you can meet me there. Otherwise, I'll take a cab to your office. I'm looking forward to meeting you. See you tomorrow.
Look at the graphic. Which train will Pamela take?
Leaving and arrival, you are correct. So, which train will Pamela take? Number 30, 31, 32, or 33? Jem says 32, and it is totally correct because she said a little bit after 11 o'clock. So, 11:02 is after 11 o'clock. Therefore, correct answer for this question is C. Maybe we can do question number 2 as well.
Number 2.
Thank you all for being here at today's meeting. As you know, we need to take a close look at our budget and discuss where we can start cutting back. If you'll look at the chart, you'll see how our dollars were allocated across different categories in the past year. In my view, as we make our plans for the next quarter, the most logical place to start cutting is in the category where the largest percentage of our budget has been spent.
Look at the graphic. Which part of the budget does the speaker want to reduce first?
A. Advertising, B. Salaries, C. Overhead, or D. Materials. Could you understand, guys, where they want to cut first? Cem and Nejat say B, and you are both correct, guys. The place, so where we spent the most they spent on salaries, so they will start by cutting salaries. Good. And last thing for this kind of question, for this section, is the same with section 3. It's about implied meaning. So you hear something in the listening speech, and then based on this information that you gather from listening, you need to analyze and make some implied meaning. What can be understood based on it? For example, let me open another one for you. There will not be exactly answer in the listening conversation, not conversation, sorry, speech. Let's try.
Skill 2, implied meaning. Number 1.
Hi, this is Timmy Cho. I'm calling to reschedule my appointment, yet again. I'm sorry about this, but things just keep coming up. Would next Tuesday at 2 o'clock be okay?
Number 2.
Guys, what do you think about number 1? A, he has rescheduled this appointment several times already, or B, this is the first time he has rescheduled the appointment? A or B? The person did not say first time, and the person also did not say already, but you could understand that yet again. Again, it means that already they have rescheduled this. Therefore, Ayşe, you are correct. Answer here is A. Let's try number 2.
This is Marge Smith with the Morning Weather Report. Today, we're looking at a high of around 24 degrees Celsius with clear skies and plenty of lovely warm sunshine. Could we ask for a better day? I don't think so.
She wishes the weather were warmer, or she thinks the weather is very nice. I think this one is easy, but guys, can you write also the number of the question, because I don't understand which one you are answering now, like 2A or 2B. Can you write like this? Ayşe says B. Boys, do you agree with Ayşe? Cem also says B, and yes, you are totally correct, guys. Number 3.
Number 3.
To purchase your ticket, first insert your credit card, and then select your destination on the screen. Paying cash? Please approach the ticket office on the other side of the station.
The ticket machine accepts both cash and credit cards, or the ticket machine accepts credit card only. A or B? Nejat and Ayşe say A, and you are totally correct, guys. Sorry, no. You are not correct. 3 is B because for the cash, please go to desk. So machine only accepts credit card. My mistake, guys. Number 4.
Number 4.
This is Rita Edwards reporting live from the National Day celebration at City Stadium. It's only 10 a.m. and the place is already mobbed. It looks like we're going to have a huge turnout, certainly much more than we had a year ago.
The event is more crowded than it was last year, or the stadium is not big enough to hold the crowds? Number 4 is A or B, guys? Ayşe says B, but I don't agree because the woman said definitely it's more than we had a year ago. So the event is more crowded than it was last year. For number 4, correct answer will be A.
Number 5.
The ticket booth is now open. Please line up over here to buy tickets. Please have your membership card ready to show the ticket seller. We regret that tickets cannot be sold to non-card holders.
Listening comprehension exercise.
Number 5. A. Members get a discount on ticket. B. Tickets are for members only. Nejat, during the exam, you can't listen again. You will listen only once. Unfortunately, they will not repeat. This is kind of a bummer. It's not so good that you can listen only once, but unfortunately, that's what we can do. And as for the answer for number 5, it is B, because the man says that people should show their membership cards to ticket seller. Okay, so they need tickets to buy it. So it is only for members. Guys, I hope the lesson was productive for you and you understood what is TOEIC exam and what kind of questions you will see in the exam. And we have covered all the things about the listening section of TOEIC exam, including old style and new style, both of them. So nothing is deleted from old style, just in new styles there were some additions made. And today we try to cover everything about it. Next week I will have TOEIC reading comprehension, and I hope to see you there. As for now, please enjoy your evening and happy Bayram to all of you starting from tomorrow. Please stay safe and healthy. Bye bye.